Hi guys, I'm back with the dip powder mani. So before we get started, I do have on 2 coats of Holo Taco Pili Base on top of my builder gel for easy removal of my dip powder. And the 2 dip powders that I'm going to be using are from Polishd Glam. Come to the Shark Side, which is a thermal, and Fresh to Depth, which is a really pretty glitter. And so this mani is inspired by sharkweed. And so with these 2 colors, I did purchase them when Polishd Glam was on Etsy. They were $5 a piece. I do believe these colors are no longer available, but now they do have a website. And so with this mani, I'm going to be using my odorless dip liquids from Color My World. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into this application. I will say, so I decided to dip my finger in this powder, and it was just extra soft. Like, I haven't dipped in powder in a minute, but I usually do pour over or lay my finger flat. But when I laid my finger flat, it just sunk right into that jar, and I was like, ooh, this is extra soft. And so just as a reminder, when you're using odorless dip liquids, they do take longer to dry, and so you'll see me dipping my finger back into the jar, especially if the nail looks wet. That means it needs more product to soak up that base so that it can dry. So I'm going in with the second layer. This is a really pigmented blue, but I will say it did not it did not stain my fingers. And so when you go in with your second layer of base, make sure that you wipe the brush on a lint-free paper towel, which I have off to the side, before you place it back into the bottle, because you don't want to contaminate your dip base. And so I'm just going in and applying a second coat of color to both nails. And I'm going in with the second color, Fresh to Depth, which is a really nice glitter. And so with the first coat of glitter, I'm going to pour over, and then with the second coat of glitter, I'm going to lay my finger flat in the disposable dip tray that I have. And so when you're doing glitters, make sure that when you take your time. That's number one, because you don't want a bulky nail when you're dealing with glitter dip powder. And so I'm just moving the glitter off the free edge and the side walls, taking time. Again, odorless dip liquids dry slower, so I have plenty of time. Cleaning up using my cuticle stick or orange wood stick, and cleaning that up. And then I am going to press my finger onto the glitter, just to make sure that lays as flat as possible to the nail. So I did the rest of the nails off camera. I'm brushing off excess dip powder or glitter on the nail, and then I'm going to go in and do my second coat, repeating that process. But as I mentioned, this second time I'm going to lay my finger flat in the dip powder. So I do my thumbnail and my pinky off camera. I'm going to go in and do a glitter ombre on my ring finger, and so I'm just applying the base, and I'm then going to use my ombre brush and tap the glitter onto that nail where I want it to go, and then I go in and individually place glitters as well. So that orange wood stick was giving me a hard time, so I decided to go in with my nail art tweezers and pick up the glitters. It worked significantly better on the nail. So I went in off camera and applied Color My World Dip's clear dip powder on top of the nails with the glitter, because I do not have Polishd Glam's clear, and it worked just fine. So I brushed off excess, and then I'm going in with a soft bristle toothbrush and removing any excess that the nail brush did not remove from the nail. So I'm going in with Color My World Dip's activator and applying a generous amount to all nails, and then I will do my filing and buffing off camera, and we're going to come back and do some reverse nail stamping. So after filing and buffing, I wipe the nails off with water. I'm going in with, I have my nail stamper. I'm using my sticky pad to clean that off. I'm going in with 3 colors from Maniology, a gray, a red, and a white. The gray is Folklore, the red is Cherry Bomb, and the white is Bam White. Now, this was my second go round with the reverse stamping. And so I cut that footage out. And so this is a Maniology subscription box plate. I think this came out last year. And so I picked up, there's an image with a shark and the words "bite me." And so I'm just using a lint roller to remove any excess polish that is around that image, because I just want to isolate that image. And also it gives that image time to dry. And so once I get everything that I want off of the stamper head, I'm going to go in and apply the colors to my stamping plate. And I'm going to go in with a detail brush from Maniology. I believe this came in a subscription box last year as well. Came with 2 interchangeable brushes, a skinny brush, and I think that's a gel polish or a cleanup brush. And so I'm using the gray to, I used the white to stamp the image. I'm using the gray to fill in the shark. And then I'm going to use the red to fill in the words "bite me." Now, y'all, I was shaking. I was like, why am I shaking? Because this is tedious. And plus, I didn't want to mess up a third time. Because the first time, as soon as I got to the end of "bite me," and I was using a dotting tool, it picked up the image off of the stamper head. And I was like, crap. So this time I was like, oh, I got a detail brush. Let me use that. That works significantly better. And it gives you more control. I probably should have put that down and colored it in. And so you just want to check to make sure that the image is colored in the way that you want it to be. And I'm sorry I get out of frame just a little bit here. And so I used a cotton pad with some acetone to clean off the end of that brush. And I'm filling in "bite me" with the color Cherry Bomb. And I keep checking to make sure that's the way that I want it to be. And then I put that in front of my USB fan for a few minutes to give that time to dry. And I'm applying Maniology sticky base coat to my middle finger, because that's where I want to apply the image. And then I'm going to put it in front of my USB fan to give that maybe 30 seconds to dry. Of course, using the fan helps. So I'm just showing you the stamper's front of the fan, and I'm putting that in front of the fan and my fingers. So let's just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And so that is good and dry. The sticky base is tacky, and so I'm just going to place that on the nail. It transferred without any issues, and so you can see Bite Me on the nail. And then I'm going to go in with smudge free top coat and apply that to my middle finger, allow that to dry, and then I'm going to go in with some odorless dip activator, and apply that to all nails. Remove that with a lint-free wipe, and then I'm going to go in with Color My World Dips top coat and apply 2 coats to the nail. Now, one thing I did forget with the blue color, it is a temp changer, and so I was like, I forgot to get some pictures with the temp changer, so shame on me. It turns a really light blue, very, very pretty. And I tried to capture some images on my phone, but I don't know how good of a job I did. And so I'll try to insert that because I had to use the flash to pick that up. And so I think this top coat has gone kaput. It was a little stringy, but it worked. And so with the first layer, you want to go apply that to the nail in 3 swipes across the length and the width of your nail. Make sure you wipe it off on a lint-free paper towel before you place it back into the bottle. I give that maybe 30 to 45 seconds to dry down, and I'm going to go in with the second coat. With the second coat, you can be more detailed when you apply the top coat. And so after that, they did dry down in less than 10 minutes, and it dried nice and shiny without any issues. So guys, here is the finished look. As I mentioned, nice and shiny. So once you finish your mani, you want to apply your favorite cuticle oil. This one came in Color My World Dips Birthday Bash box that is no longer available. So guys, please like this video if you found value. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe to my channel. It is free in 2023, and I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.